Hey there, Wargamers, Justin Paint here, and today, boom, we're going to talk about the Kell Hounds Striker Lance. I'd like to welcome you guys back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in today. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button, and for everyone, smash that like button. You're hitting that Alpha Strike button, like you're trying to blow up an enemy mech with all the weapons that you've got. Hit the like button. Let's get the channel popping. That said, today, let's jump right into it. We're going to check out the Kell Hounds Striker Lance that was sent over to me from Bobby from Fortress Miniatures and Games. Keeping it fresh and awesome as always. Bobby helping support what I do. So if you're looking for anything at all Battletech related, check out Fortress Miniatures and Games. With that being said, let's go ahead and check out what we've got to look at today for the unboxing. And I don't play the Kell Hounds, but I am currently working on a mini. I'll have a video up soon doing a hobby update for a commission I picked up. And yeah, it happens to be a Kell Hound model. So let's get this one going. Box looks cool. We got our handy dandy hobby knife from Monument Hobbies. Vroom. It's like my little lightsaber. Always got to do the sound effects. It's what we do. I'll go ahead and pop the seal there. And as we've done with previous videos, we're going to check out that box art behind the minis first. Whoops, cards fell out here. And looks like we've got, is that the Crusader? I can't quite tell. Box art is very, very cool. Again, as I've mentioned before, it would be really cool if that was an insert. You can cut these out and put them in a little postcard. It's a little bigger than a postcard, but a small type frame if you want to keep them as kind of prints. Very cool. Unfortunately, we're going to be tossing the box. It's gone. And we're going to be checking out the minis, boom, and the cards. As always, I will give you guys a moment to pause and check out the pilot cards as they come up. And I will ramble and give a breakdown of the Alpha Strike cards that are included and my opinions of those. Not that they're going to be the gospel, so to speak, but I will have some opinions about the things that are included. So that said, let's go ahead and start out with some of the units we have seen before with variants. So let's go ahead and we'll grab the Griffin and the Wolfhound that we'll do first, and then we'll have the new model, and then the Jumping Crusader we'll do last. So let's go ahead and start with the Wolfhound. Alright, so for the pilot card we've got here, we've got Uziel Ehrlich, the Mercenaries Lone Wolves. Swoop. And then we've got Daniel Allard, Kell Hounds. Ooh, he's a 1/1. This guy is a badass. And for the Alpha Strike card, we've got the Wolfhound 1 coming in at 24 points, usable in every era except the Star League, which is nice. 12 move, TMM 2, 220 for damage, 7 life, ENE, not just so you don't have to worry about ammo explosions, and rear 1/1 dash. Not too bad, not too bad. I am missing the jump, though. I feel like I typically like jump that I think the Wolfhounds have, maybe? I always confuse these with the Panthers because they look kind of similar, but let's see what we've got for the other variant. Coming in at 35 points, only usable in the Dark Age and the Ill Clan era, coming in at, or with a TMM of 3, 14 move, 330, 6 life versus a 7 of the other one, ENE, rear, asterisk, so there's a chance he could do rear damage, but there's a 50-50 shot if he hits that he'll do no damage. And then REL, which someone else already pointed that out. I can't remember that by heart. You'd have to look at the Alpha Strike box, or Alpha Strike rulebook. So, immediate difference here. This one's coming in at 11 points more. He's got +2 move, 1 TMM, +1 damage at short and medium. This one's got +1 life and overheat at short and medium, which could push the 3 threshold that the other one's got. Depending on eras for you, players at home, may dictate raw cards. Obviously, this Master Unit list, if you're new and you're just using the cards, this is what we're talking about. There are a few things to consider. What era are you playing? If you're using this variant, you're locked into these two, which explains why he's got a better move and a better TMM, which is nice. But this one being usable in that era and more, saving 11 points, still being able to match damage, even though you have to use an overheat, 1 extra life, ENE, which is nice, the other one has as well. You're losing that TMM in that move, but I feel like over time in your list, as you start to add more and more units, if you start to add a few extra lean units, let's say you're going to run 2 Wolfhounds, right? 2 Wolfhound 1s coming in at 48 points. Over the Wolfhound 6S, you've saved 11 points. That combined total that you saved over that other variant is 22 points that you could be putting towards another mech, right? If you were looking at fielding 2 Wolfhounds. I know that it's how my brain processes how the lists work, or how I do list building, so I always have to weigh that in. And is the extra point total worth the benefits versus what I can't, or the extra material I can't bring to the table by bringing that unit? So for me, I think the 24-pointer is a little bit better because it's lean. He's probably going to get shot at. Yes, you don't have the TMM, but that's 11 points you can spend elsewhere. So this is the one that I think I like. Let's go ahead and pull out the Wolfhound model to check it out. Let me get a little tighter in here. I had the camera reset from last time. I want you guys to be able to see what we're seeing. Now, I've got the premium Wolfhound as well. I should have brought it here to showcase, but I feel like we've got some pretty rough mold lines on the back here. These are obvious, so I have mentioned that you can skip cleaning some unless you're super paranoid or worried about a paint comp. But these right here are ones I probably would not skip because they are very obvious. You might miss the one under the leg, and if you do and you'd already painted, not the end of the world. Most people won't see it, but you definitely see that, especially that little scrape right there. But otherwise, the details look crisp. Nice deep recesses, so it'll catch your wash really nice. Nice area here that's deep and detailed, so you can get the canopy details in there. I like the pose. He's got that kind of active, either he's moving forward or he's bracing to take a shot, or maybe he's bracing to take a hit, or he's about to pull up his PPC. Like when I look at mechs or units or models in games, I always think about the narrative of the story. What is this Wolfhound about to do? What's about to be done to him? And that's what I think of. I dig the giant arm here. It looks like a PPC to me. And you've got the little actual nubbin in the middle there, so you can easily paint the hottest spot, the almost bright white with the blue around it for the PPC. So really nice. I dig that. Very cool. Moving on here, we're going to move on to one of my personal favorite models or units. We're going to check out the Griffin. So we've got Wislande, Side, I'm butchering that, I'm sure. Mercenary, 12th Vegan Rangers. Swoop. And then we've got Brogan Casey, Mech Warrior Mercenaries, Kell Hounds. For the unit cards, we've got the Griffin 3M coming in at 35 points, usable in almost every era, starting with the Clan Invasion through the Ill Clan. 10 jump, 2 TMM, 233 for damage, 8 life case, so he's not going to die from an ammo explosion. Indirect fire, 1 LRM. The LRM it's only useful if using the separate ammo. Yeah. So 33, not terrible, not super digging the HP, because at this point level, his comparison in the Clan Invasion would be like a Mad Dog, coming in at 33 points with a 10 move, 2 TMM, 333 for damage, and I think more HP. So it's obviously comparing Clan Tech to Inner Sphere Tech, but for the points, that one's got the edge and the life. So not sure how I feel about that. Let's check this one out, the other side out. Griffin C coming in at 37 points, so 4 points different. This one's only usable in the Dark Age and Ill Clan. 12 move, 18 jump. I like that it's got that really hefty jump. And he's got strong jump jets. Whoa, that is bananas. He's got 9 life, so a little more life. 333 for damage. Team M2. Yeah, hands down, all day, every day. This variant, if you're playing that era over the other side of the card, that extra damage here, the extra life, strong jump jets at 18 move. You're jumping around and you're getting jump jet strong, so +1 on top of normal jump. So jump jets typically give you +1 to your TMM. So he's 2 base, he jumps, he's 3 jump jet strong, so 4. If that dude's jackrabbiting around all over the battlefield, just bouncing, that's TMM 4. Your opponent might not even shoot at him. The downside is you may struggle to hit stuff because at 37 points he is base gunnery skill 4, but that's not bad, especially if you're going for objectives, so not bad at all. Let's check out the mini here. Alright, so I've got a few Griffins. I've actually got one on my desk I can actually show you for comparison's sake. I don't have all my other minis here, but you can check them out. So first and foremost, the canopy is definitely a little different. A little bit more space, at least on the front panel there. Obviously, the rocket pod is way, way larger. Shoulders look very comparable. rear details look a little better, actually. It's still very similar, but like this center kind of jump jet thing compared to that one juts out a little bit better. It's got slightly better detail going on, and these jut out a little bit better too. So back's a little better. Legs are very similar. Yeah. Gun. So checking out the gun arms. Yep. Not too bad. Very similar. I don't mind it. I'm a big fan of the Griffin, so excited about it. It feels a little goofy, I think, mostly because this kind of oval-shaped missile pod. It's not a perfect circle, and it's not even a very good oval. It's like lopsided, which is kind of weird to me, but, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I like it. Same stuff that's going on with the other ones. Nice, crisp details going on here. No super egregious mold lines. There are some right here and some edges and stuff, but not quite as bad as the Wolfhound that had the really rough shoulder here. Not too bad. Not bad. And for the price point on these, you're getting quite a few mechs at a decent price. So next up, it's kind of a toss-up as to whether I want to show the new model or the jump model. Let's do the new model. So we've got the Night Sky. This is the new model that has not been out before. This is Delmar Luciano, if I said it right. Probably messed it up. Mercenary. His unit is the Dioscuri. I'm sure I'm butchering that. And then we've got Zana Hordienko from the Kell Hounds. Unit card-wise, we've got the Night Sky 4S coming in at 30 points, usable in most eras, clan invasion through the Ill Clan. TMM 2, 12 jump, it's got 7 life, 330 for damage, energy, and melee. So just get a little bit of a bonus for physical stuff going on. Not too bad. Let's check out the other variant. Coming in at 1 point more, only usable in the clan, or excuse me, in the Dark Age and the Ill Clan. 2 TMM, 12 jump, 8 life, energy, melee, 330. 212, 330, 7 life. Yeah, so you're basically paying for 1 point more for 1 point HP. If you got the point and you're playing this era's raw cards, this one's a little bit better. If you need him in other eras and you're trying to save a point, this guy right here. It's a wash. These are basically the same, 1 point difference, 1 point HP. That's a no-brainer. If you've got the right era and you want the extra point of life, you take it. Here is the unit, the model. This one's very different. It's got an interesting shape, almost like an armadillo kind of going on like there, with armor plates like stacked like. Unlike the Wolfhound, this guy's PPC, the barrel tip isn't quite. On the camera, it looks a little bit better, but in person, the shadow, because the recess on the Wolfhound's a little better. Not the end of the world. Just makes it a little harder to get in there and work with it. I do dig this arm. His arm's like an axe. That's cool. Like hiya, hiya. That's pretty cool. Oof. Okay. I thought that was a warp. His armor plates here are slanted at an angle, right? And when I saw this one, I thought it was flattened and it was a misprint or mold slip or something. But no, they're both at an angle. So like his front armor panels, his legs are shaped like this. If you're facing on him, it's almost like a triangle kind of thing. Canopy is interesting. That's going to give some really cool jeweling. I do enjoy the top kind of shape or curvature of the torso. Otherwise, though, not my favorite mech. I do dig the jump jets. That's going to be cool. He's got plenty of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like jump jet vent thingamajigs. So it seems like he could haul ass with his jump jets. Pretty rough mold line right here. Not the end of the world. That's going to be something that we harp on quite a bit. But yeah, cool that we got a new unit. For me personally, aesthetically speaking, not my favorite. But I always like having new stuff. And when it comes to the new plastics, I try and get at least one of every model. Because you never know when you want to roll it into a force. And this is a new one, so I wanted it. And last but not least, we have got the Jumping Crusader. First up with the pilot, we've got Arena Tenetti, Mercenaries, Greg's Long Striders. Swoop. And then we've got Sarah Okathane, Mercenaries, Kell Hounds. I'm sure I'm butchering all these names. Unit card, first up, we've got the Crusader 5M coming in at 35 points, usable in the clan invasion through the Ill Clan, TMM 1-8 jump, 342 for damage. It has got 9 life, AMS case, indirect fire, 1 LRM. Not too bad. The AMS is nice, the case is helpful, the damage output's pretty decent. Don't dig the TMM, but, you know, that's what you get with some of the Inner Sphere stuff at this weight class. Coming in at 5 points more, only be usable in the Dark Agent Ill-Clan Arrow coming in with, I believe, 1 extra HP. Case 2, Indirect Fire 2, TMM 1, 8 move, 443, Overheat 2. The other guy did not see Overheat, so yeah. If you got the 5 points and the Arrow, I feel like this guy's got a little bit more going on with the spike in damage. At medium range, which is where most of your damage is going to be happening. He's got a 4, but this one can reach out to 6. This guy's got 10 life, so 1 point extra life. Case 2 to really help prevent being exploded. But this guy's got AMS, which is really good because IF, LRM, SRM, stuff like that is very prominent. So his longevity might be there, and if you're not worried about that overheat, you might leverage the 5 points you're saving and just keep him at medium range with the 4. Use that AMS to reduce damage, and use your jump jets strategically, which this one doesn't have, which will help push your TMM as necessary. So could be a little bit of a wash. If I'm feeling frisky and I want to go for the damage, this one with the overheat is going to give you a spike. If I'm worried about saving points in longevity, I think I'd go with a 5M on the car. Raw, 1 point less life, but AMS is going to add up every time you get shot, reducing damage, which is nice. Jump jets for the extra TMM when needed, and he's still got that 4 damage at medium range. Let's get into the unit. Now, I really dig some of these jumping ones. The Hatchetman wasn't super great, but the Thunderbolt was absolutely stellar, and this guy is no different. I love the dynamic pose. It's, pardon me, it's badass. It's super cool. Like, he looks like he's, like, taking off or about to, like, land. It's pretty sick. I think the plumes painted up is going to look great. He pops off nice. You know, he's got the occasional mold line, but I really dig it. These pips for his missiles or whatever on his hand are nice and crisp. Yeah, I wish that the mold line, there wasn't one across his face. I think one of the guys in the DRD Discord mentioned that. Might have been Justin. We're both named Justin. The Justins. But yeah, those are pretty agree. Ooh, that's a pretty rough mold line right there. It is on the bottom of the leg, and when the plumes are on, you may not see it. Actually, no, never mind, disregard. You can see that pretty clear as day. Let's see how the base looks for mounting him. I think he might look a little silly. So that foot will go on. And yeah, it's not even worth trying it, in my opinion. I think he goes on the plumes, and that's just what you do. You might be able to get him to kind of tiptoe, but I think that's going to be a little goofy. So for me, once I'm done painting, I will probably affix him to the plumes, and that'll just be the way he lives. So there we go. Definitely looking pretty cool, in my opinion. And on that note, folks, we're going to do a quick recap. So you guys... Oh, hang on. There's something else in there I didn't see. I bet this goes over here, probably. Something like that. Let's see how that mounts on. Struggling. I don't want to force it. Does it go on this one? No, it's got to go on that one. Huh. It's giving me trouble. Like, I don't want to force it and get it stuck. It's really, really tough. So let's just see which foot this goes on. Does it go on this foot? Yeah, okay. So you would do that, and then you would do this and that. So he'll look like that's good. I retract a little bit of my previous statement. So he'll mount kind of like that. Let's see if I can hold him. So he'll look like he's kind of stepping off and moving forward. I still like the jump jet plumes, but I like that they included this bit, knowing that to get to this action pose, it wasn't going to be able to be just a two-parter. You were going to have that piece to bridge the gap. So I appreciate that was included. That's very nice. That note, I didn't hear that, so I was moving it because it rattled. It was laying like there, and the way it was angled, I didn't see it. So very nice. But that being said, let's give you guys quick recap of the models one more time before we end today. So we started out with our Wolfhounds. And if you're interested in picking up any of these models, again, check out Fortress Minis and Games. Robert's a kind sponsor of the channel, and he sent these over to me free of charge, despite the fact that I've offered to pay for them. And supporting him helps support the channel. He also stocks a lot of DRD stuff, which is really nice too. So we're always doing orders for him. Second unit here that we showed was the Griffin. And then next up, I think it was the Night Sky. Yeah, Night Sky. Our little melee guy, hi-ya, hi-ya. Actually, this probably should be this arm. Hi-ya, hi-ya. With his melee weapon on his arm. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Boom. And then finally, guy you just saw a second ago, that Crusader with the jump jets. And I really dig the pose. I think it's going to be pretty nice. So yeah, for those of you guys who made it this far, thank you for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed checking out these models. As always, if you enjoyed this, hit that like button. If you are new and haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Let's help grow the channel. Let's grow a community. And in regards to community, I'd like to hear your thoughts. If there's anything I can do to improve, do better, things you'd like to see, sound off in the comments below. But more importantly for me, have I helped encourage you to get into Battletech? Whether it's getting this pack, buying some other packs, or actually playing the game, let me know. What are your thoughts on this? What are you getting into? I want to live vicariously through you for just a brief moment and enjoy the fact that you have gotten into the game, because it's been so long since I got into wargaming that it feels nice to share in someone else's experience for that newness, because it's worn off on me. I like games, I like minis, but that new, that moment where like I was up and rushing to paint and do stuff every day, that's not the way it was when I first started. And for any of you guys who are new that I can share that experience with, to give that gift to you and share in that newness, that's fantastic, and I want to hear about it. And anyone that doesn't apply to, I still want to hear from you too. If you're working on minis or you have thoughts on this, sound off. Let's all grow the community and do things together. On that note, folks, as always, you guys know if I don't sign off here, I will continue to ramble as I always do. As always, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed this video. As always, keep painting your models, keep rolling those dice, and I will catch you guys next time.